Good evening, friends. Welcome back to my channel Infinite Trade. My name is Robin, and let's do a Nifty and Bank Nifty analysis for tomorrow. So, just a small discussion on what happened today. So, yesterday we discussed that in case if market opens gap down, we may see a sideways market. But then definitely the market was sideways almost 70% of the day. So what we decided definitely worked. And in the morning, I also mentioned in my Telegram channel that the market is going to be bearish because it's opening at an important level. So definitely once we come back to that level, there is a high chance of breaking it. So I mentioned that our strategy should be sell on rise. And similarly, if you look at the market today, uh, you know, this is Nifty, so mostly being sideways to slightly bearish in Nifty, and then it gave a bounce and then immediately came for a sell-off. Bank Nifty was pretty good because it was continuously sideways until uh, almost until 2:30 p.m. and then it gave a bounce until almost day high and then immediately broke the important support of 35,200 and fell down sharply. So we almost came to the previous support of 35,050. However, the closing is considered to be 35,132. Okay, but this is a sharp fall, and definitely there are things that have changed in a shorter term. So we'll discuss that. So first, let's look at few things on price action to understand what we can expect further, and then we'll look at the data, and then we'll continue our analysis on the levels that we need to plan tomorrow. So this is Bank Nifty. So if you look at Bank Nifty has been moving continuously on the upside right from this point. So this is 33,200. Okay, so if you look at this, none of the candles have closed below the low of previous candle, and it still remains intact. Okay, so this is one of the price action, like we know that this is an uptrend. So once a red candle closes below the latest green candle is when this trend is supposed to be finished. So we say that this is the end of this trend. Then what happens next? Either it will consolidate or it will give a small correction. So like we moved almost 33,200 to 35,600, which is almost about 2,300 2,400 points. So we can expect a 50% correction, that is until 34,400, and then we may slowly gradually continue to go up. So this is one of the possibility, and another possibility is we may consolidate here for some time and then break out on the higher side once again. So this is how the price action works. So Bank Nifty, it is still confusing us because it has not closed below this candle till now, but tomorrow we can trade this, but we need to see if the EOD candle closes below this point, or is it that it comes down and closes something like this. Okay, so we'll check that. And if you look at Nifty, Nifty has given a confirmation that the trend has ended. Like from here, Nifty never closed or never breached the previous candle's low. It continuously went high. Then we again have a green candle here. So this is the first time after such a long rally, a red candle has closed below the green candle. This means that this particular trend is over. So now either we can consolidate or we can give a dip and then go up, or maybe consolidate here and then give a breakout on the upper side. So this is a point of price action which I wanted to explain. Now let's quickly look at the data. So data, I'm going to use a different website today because my Excel isn't working and I do not have any time to fix it. Maybe I'll do it later. So what can we see today is a completely bearish position from FIIs, and that's a lot more surprising and worrying at this moment because the kind of quantity that they have punched in is huge. So if we look at the call, they are net short around 61,678, and index put they are long about 41,000, and futures they are short about 33,800. And if you look at pros, they are also again having a good quantity of call short and a good quantity of put long. Index future they are positive because after the fall they usually go long, and FI stock future is also negative. Pros it is positive. Okay, so a completely bearish position from FIIs today, and what is surprising is addition of uh, more index shorts. Okay, so what can we expect? Definitely both of them are on the same side. Okay, so we can expect some selling pressure that can continue tomorrow, and the put long is validation for that. Okay, and definitely when we have call shorts, that means the resistance is going to be strong. Going long in put just indicates that they're expecting a gap down movement or maybe an immediate movement once the market opens up. So we need to plan a bearish trade only at least for tomorrow, and since they are also short in options, that may factor in immediately tomorrow and day after. So this expiry looks bearish. So now let's come back to the chart and discuss our levels on a shorter time frame. So since we have Nifty here, let's discuss Nifty first, and then we'll move to Bank Nifty. Okay. So I already have my levels unchanged. So let's discuss based on that. So now this becomes a strong resistance, this particular area. This is about 16,130 to 150 range. Okay, so only above this will go long or will buy a call option. And until then, we are not looking at any upside trade. Just in case if we open gap down at this level is when we'll look at buying a call, but not expecting such a huge gap down tomorrow. So this is almost like a 140 points gap down. So it may happen. If that happens, definitely this is a point where I would like to buy a call here. Not immediately, but looking at a price action or maybe a reversal candle. So let's talk about flat opening. So this has already closed below, this low, so which is like 3 days before low. So definitely it is trying to go down. So in case of a flat opening, we also have a trend line. So if we break the last candle of today, we are definitely going to buy a put. Your first target should be somewhere up to this area, which is a gap filling area. The gap gets filled around 15,965. So we'll enter at this place around 16,000, and the first target happens to be 15,965, and then eventually 15,910. Okay, in case of a flat opening, imagine that we open with a slight gap up, say around 16,100, still will go for selling. And in case if we open gap up, and just in case if we are able to get this level tomorrow around 16,120, 130, definitely this is a good place to go short, looking at the kind of positions that FIs and pros are holding, and we can definitely expect a sharp dip. Okay, so what are the places that we are planning to buy put? Either at 16,120, that area, or in case of a flat opening around 16,030. So these are the areas preferably we will look for put options just in case if it opens gap down, say at this PDC or this gap filling area. This is not PDC exactly. So if it opens at 16,000, we'll wait for some profit booking, and once it takes a U-turn and breaks this low, okay, we are definitely going to go short here, and we'll look for a target of 15,900, and maybe we'll trail down further. So since it's Wednesday tomorrow, we may expect some volatility just in case if the market opens against their position. So this is my view on Nifty. Let's quickly check out Bank Nifty. Okay, so Bank Nifty is like close to 35,000. Just extending this line. So this level was an important level, 35,216. So it broke it decisively. So in case if we get to enter at 35,216, that area, definitely we are going to buy a put. So we are going to buy a put at this place, or in case if we open flat, we'll wait for it to touch 35,000, let it give a bounce, and then once it breaks it, we're definitely going to enter in a PE here, and our first target should be this level, which is around 34,630. And then if the fall continues even in the second half, then we can expect 34,200, but not expecting at least tomorrow. We may see this by the expiry day, and we may fill this particular gap. Okay, so both the cases we are looking at put options in case of a flat opening or in case of a slightly gap up opening. A very big gap up, like say if it is opening above 35,300, then the market can become highly volatile and sideways. So we'll avoid taking trade, rather we'll move to straddles or strangles. But other than that, this place we are buying put, and in this place we are buying put. Just in case of a gap down opening, we'll wait for the same like Nifty, we'll wait for a profit booking, and once the low gets breached, we are going to enter in a put here. So this is my view on Nifty and Bank Nifty. Just to summarize that FIs and pros both are holding bearish positions, when FIs are completely bearish with call short, put long, future short, and stock future shorts. And also in the cash market today, they sold a bit more than the usual. Like today they have sold for 1,565 crores, and so looks completely bearish. They are still holding a lot of bearish positions in the index futures, and that will trouble the market for some time. But any positive news, they'll immediately start booking them or covering them. We can expect it sooner. Looking at the data, like we are still like 60 to 65% on the negative side, but initially, like if you look at a couple of weeks ago, that negativity was there for around 80 to 85%. So that is reducing a bit. So let's see how things moves going forward, and I'm definitely expecting Nifty to come to 15,600 or 700 level, and that could be a great level for investing. Thank you for watching. Let's meet in another video. Till then, take care. Bye bye.